The way to be heard isn't to shout, said the Reverend Dr. Sam Wells of St. Martin's in the Fields, London. It's to whisper. But who are the whisperers? Listen for the slightest murmur of trailing arbutus's delicate blossoms beneath its leathery leaves. Hear also the soft words of a rattlesnake plantain explaining that its striking veins may suggest checkered, but it actually goes by downy in common speak. Take notice of an old beaver wound upon a hemlock healed in such a way that it could be a snake embracing the trunk. Be attentive to hobblebush, no matter how much it makes you stumble, for it always has more to offer, including corrugated leaves unfurling and a flower head silently forming. Give audience to Rhodora's woody structure of last year before her magenta flowers soon distract. Concentrate on the colors of the red-backed salamander before it goes back into hiding beneath the flipped log. Heed the ruby red lips and hairy lining of a pitcher plant's leaves as they invite all to enter and never leave. Pay attention to the male hairy woodpecker who speaks in hushed pecks as two females squabble for his attention. Give ear to otterscat full of scales that mutter the name of its last meal. Tune in to the hieroglyphic message a beaver creates upon chew sticks left behind. Remember to keep your voice low as you spy the first croziers of those most sensitive ferns. Walk in silence through the forest and wetlands while listening intently to all who whisper along the trail. May their hushed voices shout from every corner and uplift your spirits now and forever. O dragonfly, in your infancy you laboriously climbed upon a slender stem. Ever so slowly, seam split. Soft and squishy, you spilled forth into this sunlit world. Perched upon your former self, wispy strings recalled aquatic breaths. Moments slipped into an hour. Your body of velvet pulsed as blood pumped into cloudy wings. Standing guard watching you, I noted preparations for first flight. Eyes bulging, you chose a spot of viewpoint advantage. Colors changing, you gained the markings of generations past. Wings drying, you offered a reflection of stained glass. Beyond understanding, you flew a dance of darting restlessness. Odonata, Odonata, you have known both worlds, first playing beneath the surface, then in a manner so brave, climbing skyward to ride summer's breezes on gossamer wings. Forever in awe of your transformation, from aquatic nymph to winged adult, I can only imagine the wonder of emergence. Along a path through a cathedral in the pines, it seems apropos that I should spy the works of an oak apple gall wasp. For it is believed that circa 800 AD, Irish monks used such galls to create the green colorant of their artwork as displayed in the Book of Kells. My first intention of wonder upon this special day was soon verified when I was about 20 feet from a maple tree, for I could hear peeps from the ever-hungry babes within. Only 2 weeks prior, Father Sapsucker entered the nest hole every few minutes to nurture his offspring. But today, things had changed. No sooner did he toss in a meal when a nestling popped out and begged for more. Finally, with the urging of the ever-present deerflies, I moved on to the neighboring meadow and gave thanks when a slaty blue skimmer snatched a pesky insect from my head and settled upon a stem to dine. Nearby, on a milkweed leaf, I spied something tiny, and by the X-shaped pattern on its back, I knew it was a spring peeper. Sitting 2 feet above the ground, this little frog hid from predators during the day as it waited for dusk to munch a meal of its choice. Behind the frog, a dash of color brightened the background, and then flew down the path. Bedecked in orange and black, it was a fritillary butterfly. In this same space, eastern tiger swallowtails also added their yellow wings to the scene. Plentiful in number, skimmer dragonflies, each with a uniqueness all its own, from spangled to dot-tailed and great blue, chased down meals and hunted for mates. Before departing, I checked on the nestlings, while their papa did the same from a tree 10 feet away. Was he teaching them patience? Perhaps. Sensing that our time together was waning, I gave thanks that it was the yellow-bellied sapsuckers who drew me to this place. To walk into a cemetery on a summer day and find an insect metamorphosing upon a stone, I begin to understand the process of resurrection. A life well spent questing sap for sustenance prepares to crawl free of its past and reach for heavenly aspirations. Through a tiny slit, a spirit no longer contained emerges head first as a teneral shape develops, with bulging eyes to view a new world. Gradually, a pale tourmaline-colored body extends outward, with stained glass wings unfurling, that provide baby steps toward freedom beyond. I mourn the loss of your former soul, but give thanks for a peek at your upcoming ascension, from this place to the next. It is not for me to know when you will first use the gift of flight, as I didn't know when you would shed your old skin. And I quickly offer a final goodbye when I see your wings spread. I rejoice that I'll spend the rest of the summer listening to your raspy love songs, playing nature's lullabies upon squeaky violin strings from above. On this day, I celebrate the secrets of a cicada's life, dying to the old ways and rising to new, while I wander among the graves of others who have done the same. O ancient ones, so tall and stout, my gaze turns upward to take in your mighty presence as you reach out and shake hands with each other. Your crown tells the story of your true nature, ever graceful as it is and decorated with dainty dangling needles attached in a bundle which spell your name much like my fingers of 5, W-H-I-T-E. In maturity, you form furrows of stacked outer layers, and I wonder about your age. Though considered dead cells, your skin protects life within, where phloem and xylem work like dumbwaiters, the former transporting sugars created by photosynthesis from your needles to feed branches, trunk, and roots, while the latter pulls water and dissolved nutrients from your roots for nourishment. I have this and so many other reasons to revere you. Today, I focus on the decorations you perhaps unknowingly encourage by providing a scaffolding upon which they may grow. Mosses and lichens first take advantage of your hospitality, and they in turn offer places for others to gather. As I peek, I notice a tiny cocoon, once the snug home for the larval form of a pine sawfly. Its opened cap indicates the transformation of another generation. There are others who once considered your trees their own. A spiderweb, woven during warmer months, gathered raindrops today that highlighted the three-dimensional artwork of its creator. Not to go unnoticed were the fruiting structures of lichens, such as a crustose with its thick, warty grayish crust topped by numerous jam-tart fruits. But my favorite find on this soaking wet day was caused by a chemical interaction that resembles the creation of soap. During a heavy rain, water running down your trunk picked up oils. Air in the bark's furrows bubbled through the oily film and produced froth, presented as a tapestry of rainbow colors. Within some, surrounding trees showed off their silhouettes. O Pinus strobus, some know you as the Tree of Peace. I know you as the tree of protection and life and color. And then I realize that is peace. Thank you for all you do, naturally. O youthful one, life began with your parents taking great care to build a nest stick by stick. Constructed upon a tree snag, they located it close to homes of their kin in a colonial manner known as a rookery. Once incubated eggs hatched, you and your siblings, necks outstretched, vied for attention with a chorus of primordial croaks. Just as fast as you could turn the soundtrack on, you turned it off, and silence ensued. Until, that is, your parents flew in, each taking a turn with a meal ready to be regurgitated. And then it was a case of who could outsquawk whom for a chance to dine on food so fine. I watched from the wetland's edge, where painted turtles basked, four-spotted dragonflies paused, wood ducks paraded, and water shield bloomed. With the passage of time, you outgrew your soft bed and stood to show off a body slaty gray, accentuated in chestnut and black. Eventually, the meals changed to large fish or other delights, while tug-of-wars ensued, but you held tight. Growing stronger by weeks, you soon practiced balance beam moves on branches beside your high-rise home. Flaps of wings anticipated flight until the moment arrived when stronger beats led to liftoff. As you flew, a wise parent, its head white, topped with a long black plume, stood sentry in protection mode. 2 months after entering this world, you fledged, that bird moment of solo flights and food forages. It's in another wetland setting I next find you, silently stalking in search of frogs and fish, passing by. With practice, you'll strike a meal as you quickly grab or impale prey, trying to avoid your beak. My hope for you, young Great Blue, is this. May you live long, building, canoodling, foraging, parenting. To best observe you, may I take a page from your book and stand or sit still in meditative contemplation as I try to not cause commotion. As colonial as you'll become when breeding, which serves as a survival strategy, may you develop into a truly solitary creature, reminding us to occasionally spend time alone and always be present in the moment.